What up, what up, what up? Welcome to this episode of Ballerz World Live, the best entertainment in basketball. This is your well-dressed host, James Ship. I'm here with my co-hosts, Alexis Williams and Rod Watson. We got a great show for you today. So, Rod, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what they have in store for today?
Well, here we go, guys. It's great to be in the studio this evening. Today, we got a great lineup, so we're going to dive in. Before we get to our Slam or Not, we're going to talk about our guests. First, I want to give a shout-out to our young DJ, our resident DJ that stopped in tonight, Mr. Kid Fresh. So, shout-out to you, Kid Fresh.
Yeah.
Appreciate you,
those tunes.
Fresh
We out
Kid.
here, yeah, Fresh Kid.
Come
I have to
on.
pronounce that correct.
DJ Fresh
My
Kid.
apologies. I just want to say Kid Fresh because it sounds good, but correction, Kid Fresh. So we're going to dive into our lineup. We also want to give a shout-out to our sponsors, Anti-America and Slam Online. So who we have? We got Clipper Darrell that's going to be in the house. We're going to really dive into him tonight and talk about this Clipper.
He's a little heated. I talked to him
Yes.
before this show, so he has a lot to say.
I know he's not going to be happy to hear from me. Then we got, I can't tell you who the surprise guests are, but we're going to have some surprise guests that's going to drop in this evening. So you guys stay tuned and be ready. We're going to dive into our episode of Slam or Not, brought to you by Alexis Williams and SlamOnline.com.
All right, guys, it's that time again. It's Wednesday. It's Slam or
Yes.
Not time. So for those listening who don't know what Slam or Not is, basically I'm going to read 5 statements to Rod and James, and if they agree, they're going to say slam, and if they disagree, they're going to say not, and basically tell us why.
Let's get
And
it.
if you're listening, tune in to our social medias, Ballerz World with a Z. Join the conversation. # Slam or Not. Are you guys ready?
I was born ready.
All right. So someone I said should be in the MVP talk earlier in the month. Isaiah Thomas. Is he the playoff MVP so far? Slam or not?
I say slam. Slam, slam, slam. I mean, and do you mind if I take this for a second?
Go ahead. You got it.
This kid
I
is
wanna
doing
hear
some
this.
crazy. He's going crazy right now. Just the other night, he went 18 for 33.
Mm-hmm.
He had 53 points.
And he's under 6 foot.
Okay.
And he's a little dude.
He's a
too.
little dude.
He's a little dude. And I think
He got his tooth knocked out, and he
think
still bounced back.
Knocked his tooth out. Man, you can't
Looking
stop
like
this kid.
Dragonfly Jones out there on the court.
And on a real note, too, with all the stuff that's going on in his personal life off the court. I mean, that was on the what would have been the birthday of his 23rd birthday of his sister.
Yep.
I mean, geez, like this guy is just amazing.
All right, James, I like that. That's cool and all. He's been balling. I give you that.
All right,
but,
here goes
there
Rob
you
with
go.
the nod.
MVP of the playoffs? I don't think so. Not quite just yet. I mean, listen, the little guy's been balling over in the East. I got to give it to him. Losing his sister, I experienced that, so I know what that's like. That's not easy to have to carry that, that load and that burden of losing a loved one in that manner. But to show up and put up the performance that he has, I give him big ups on that. But as far as being MVP so far, you know where I'm at with that. I'm straight up Mr. James Harden. He gets my MVP nod so far in the playoffs.
I'm going to need you to leave the building.
I'm an H-Town product. And we'll get into that a little later about what the Rockets are doing and what they're going to continue to do tonight against them San Antonio Spurs.
Whatever.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Next one.
Reports coming out that back in March, the Cavs, my team, reached out to Kevin Garnett about coming out of retirement to play backup center. Slam or not?
Not.
Okay.
I'm saying
I wanna hear
that.
this.
No, you go first.
No,
you want me to say now? You want me to say why not?
I'm going to go youth before age.
Okay.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, he just played that card. That
All
just
right, let's
happened.
go. Come on.
Listen,
Let's get a little heat up in here. All right.
Listen, youth before age, exactly. We don't need another old man running around on these courts with some busted knees. First of all, KG was never going to see a minute on that floor. Let's just be honest. He was never going to get in the game. If you want him in the locker room, I understand get all the hype that he could bring to the team. But one or two things is going to happen. He's going to get hurt in practice. Or he's going to slap LeBron James across the face. Or he's going to bitch slap LeBron James. Pardon my French. He's going to slap somebody. Because there's a bunch of kids in that locker room. So if you want him, if you really need him on your team to add some experience, make him an assistant coach.
Okay, Rob, can you throw me a lob on this one? We're going to slam this. All right. Listen.
Let's hear it.
Let me think about it for a second.
What you got to think about? You had so much to say. Now you got to think about it.
I don't know, because I'm struggling with his response. You sure you with that?
I'm making him assistant coach because KG, I feel like he has so many years in the league already, man. He's over on what's it called, 21, Forever 21 or whatever the show is.
Okay.
Like, let him do that.
It's Area 21, by the way.
My fault.
It's Area 21. Show some respect, young fella. Put some spec on it. All right? So let me get into my argument. I'm slammed for this, and here's why.
Here we go.
right now, you know that team was struggling. They were subpar 500 towards the end of the playoffs. And I think a part of it is they do have somewhat of guys that haven't been there on a continual basis and haven't played at a consistent high level other than LeBron and maybe Kyrie, right? Kevin Love, I might give him a nod, but he doesn't quite fall into that.
Yeah.
I think he brings in a level of organization that they need in the locker room that can bring these guys together. And I do believe Kevin can give you some solid minutes, 10 to 15 here or there. Now, he's not going to score like the old big ticket, but he can rebound, right? Right? He can rebound. And I also think that it's something to be said about a proven winner. Having him in the locker room will make a tremendous difference. And, hey, he's an insurance policy at the end of the day. It doesn't hurt to have the big ticket hanging around every now and then when you need him to go in the game.
Policy.
And listen,
you know
what? You know what about Kevin is he brings a lot of energy and emotion and passion to the game. So let's say he only gets maybe 10, maybe 8 minutes in the game, but they're going to be impactful. I guarantee you that. Loose balls, he's diving for it.
Yeah, and then and then he's AARP.
You might have to carry him out on the stretcher, but you got you.
He got his life alert button on the court. He got his life alert button on the court.
Hey, I'm a KG fan, so big ticket, big ups to you. I'm pretty sure he'll turn the offer down because that area 21 is popping right now. So I don't think he's gonna get that.
They have great clothes there.
Nice try though.
All right. The guy who just keeps coming every show, we always bring up Lonzo Ball. I swear, the name's just always there. This time, what's he doing this week? Next week, stay tuned next week for what's going to happen.
More balls.
Lonzo Ball has decided that he's going to skip the NBA Combine. Slam or not?
I'm gonna take this one. I'm slam on that. I think that to his defense,
we was gonna agree on something.
He doesn't.
Some point, man.
We ain't about to agree on nothing. To his defense. There's no need for him to be in the combine. Now, for the individual workouts for each team, definitely he wants to go to that. You're already going to be projected a number one or possibly second pick, top 5 at least as a minimum. There's no need for him to do that. I think he runs the risk of injuries that could definitely have an impact on his career.
I'm cutting you off. Everybody runs the risk of injuries. Everybody could twist an ankle. He could twist an ankle, run around in some BBB shoes.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
But what does he have to prove, James?
He has everything to prove.
Why?
He has to back up all of this talk that's been, all this hype around him. His season stats didn't back up all the hype. His postseason stats didn't back up the hype.
Correct.
I have yet to see anything about this kid that makes me think that he deserves $1 billion worth of shoe deals. Or we talking about all this shit, but I have not seen him play any type of basketball worthwhile yet.
But is his stock still high? Is he still projected to go number 1 or 2?
Yeah.
So
he's not going number.
So let me ask you this: would you go out there and compete in the combines if he was in the Why?
I would prove myself.
Why?
I show everybody. Look at this vert. Look how fast I am. Look at me.
He does. He's already shown that. He's shown that over the course of a 30-game season that he's a number 1, possibly number 2 draft pick. So there's no need for him to go and compete in the combines. Because let's just say he does get hurt. Then what does that do?
But what about the NFL Combine? You get Myles Garrett, who just went number 1 in the NFL draft, and he goes to the Combine.
True.
So why the NBA?
Markel's going, right?
Yeah, Markel's going.
But
the NFL,
okay,
all
so
those guys are going.
the Combine and that is a little bit different than actually competing in games. You know what I mean? And I don't think he has to prove himself as far as that goes. I think in the individual workouts, whatever team is considering him in those top picks that he goes to work out for, that's your chance to see what you're getting. You either in or you out. It's that simple. If I'm him, I don't think you have to prove that.
Stock will be dropped.
We'll see.
All right, next. Charles Barkley hosting a TV series about race.
You want to take this?
Where do we even start with this one?
Not. I'm gonna say not.
Why?
Kenny. No, I'm gonna say not. It's terrible. It's very terrible. I think it's a terrible idea to have him asking questions about the racist things because it don't make sense to me, man. Like Charles Barkley, I understand, man. That it's good that people are talking about it. That's the one thing I will say. That's the one thing I'll slam on.
Yeah.
But ignorance is not a perspective. Just because he's ignorant and he's like, oh, there's black people and white people. Just because he's figuring it out himself, that's not a perspective that people need to go and tune into. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
That's my issue with it.
I feel you on that.
I'd rather see Shaq run around the country and talk about race.
I'm going to say slam, and here's why. If Donald Trump can be president, anything is possible. Okay, and why not give him a shot? Why not give him a shot? He's the Donald Trump of
basketball. So
hey, why not give him a shot and opportunity to have the discussion on any race-related issues, and see how the show goes. You know, I know Charles has taken some hits for a lot of his comments that he's been saying over the last several years. But I think that's a part of one of the reasons why people are going to tune in and watch the show. Really, it's ratings, right? So let's give him a shot. Let's see how he does. So I'm Slam. I'm on
All
for
right,
it.
last one, guys. LeVar Ball.
Oh man,
The balls, man. They keep showing
All these
up.
balls, man.
So he got
The big
turned
ball.
down for a shoe deal by Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, and
Yeah.
other companies. But then he made a Twitter and tweeted, "Haters gonna hate, but BBB is gonna be great."
and ain't is gonna ain't.
I don't even.
I don't even know what to say
He
about
keeps
take-
coming
Am
back.
if I say slam, does that mean that I want them to be slammed into a wall, or what does slam mean for this one?
I'm gonna go with the slam into a wall.
Okay, I'm gonna say not on this because LeVar Ball, just go somewhere, man. Again, like I said, I want to like Lonzo. I want to like Lonzo,
Okay.
LaMelo, Larello, whoever the other ones are. I want to like them all. But LeVar just keeps making everybody
He just
stop,
keeps showing
drop. It just makes me feel like I'm annoyed by it at this point. It's just too much.
I can feel you on that as far as the annoyance, but here it is before we go to break because we got a minute left. On the business side of things, I'm all for him advocating the push to believe in his sons and believe that there's an opportunity for them to sign $1 billion deal. That's optimism. I mean, can you fault him for that? Put yourself in his shoes if
I'm
you
all
were
for
a
it.
father.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, on the flip side, I'm not quite sure I'm feeling the fact that Nike and those companies decide to come out and make the statement the way
Publicly.
they did, right? I mean, LeBron James got signed.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he was a phenom out of high school, but you don't
I
know
was
what you're
about-
going
I was about to be like, LeBron.
but listen, you didn't know what you were going to get at the end of the day until he stepped on the court. And he got a $100 million deal, and that to me was almost equivalent to talking about $1 billion deal because that hadn't happened yet.
Right.
Jordan didn't even get a $100 million deal.
But Jelly Bean wasn't out here talking about Kobe like this. Do you see
True.
what I'm saying? Like,
But listen. Different eras, my man. Different eras and times. We're in the social media times back then. You didn't do that. That just wasn't acceptable. And times are changing. So I'm all Slam. We got to go to break. But before we do, we got a couple of guests that are going to be calling in. We got Joe Mathis, the new Texas draft pick. And then we're going to come back with, look like my man, Demetrius Juice. So stay tuned. We got to pay a few bills, and we'll be right back.
What's up, friends and family? Welcome back to this episode of Ballerz World Live. I want to give a special shout out to Party on Demand and DJ Fresh Kid. Y'all are holding it down. Appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir.
We have a great guest in studio. I mean, he can't be very happy right now. Clipper Darrell's here with us.
What up?
Welcome, sir.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think,
whatever.
I think we should just get straight up to it.
Yeah.
Man,
Hit it.
Let me ask you this question.
man, what's up?
So I read that the Clippers want to keep Blake Griffin and CP3.
Okay.
Can we just talk about how your feelings to the Clippers? How do you feel about that?
I mean,
statement?
right now, Doc's been our coach for 5 years. Okay, 5 seasons. Doc need to, they need to make a decision on that. Getting the players. I mean, we had every season. Our bench has been changed 5 different times, man. I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to have some consistency.
Correct.
We have no plays, we have no identity, and we have no structure. This is what we need. If we're going to contend to be a championship tender team, this is what we're going to have to get, man. I'm very upset about this right now.
Oh man, and it does. It rests a lot on the shoulders of Doc.
It's all on Doc.
Yeah.
He's the GM. I mean, he's the president,
President.
Yeah.
and the coach. Come on, man. So when you have a problem with your coach, you can't even go to the president.
Yeah.
You have a problem with the president, you can't even go to the coach.
Yeah.
You know
Who
what
do
I'm
you go
saying?
to?
No,
The-
facts.
The only one that can go to it is Austin.
Yeah.
He got $35 million.
Hey, well, you got to. Hey, his dad did right by him on that one. So big ups to Doc on getting him that check on the way out.
Anybody,
He's
any
the only one
parent,
winning.
any dad would do that for
Yes,
his son. I
correct.
don't care who you are.
Well, here's a question I have for you. We're talking about the state of the team and the franchise. I think it was last week on Colin Cowherd, Big Baby Davis came on, and he actually stated some interesting facts. He talked about, in the way I was perceiving it, that almost as if Chris Paul was really the issue and the dynamic of why this team isn't successful. As strange as that sounds, he even went as far as to say that there's been some chippiness between him and Blake Griffin, and also between their other star player that they signed during the last part of free agency, DeAndre Jordan, as well. So when you look at all these players revolving door coming in and out, obviously Doc has to make a decision. The whole organization has to make a decision. But where do they go from here? You know what I mean? Like, what direction do they go in? If you break that team up, who are you going to get? What are you going to get for those pieces for CP3 and Blake Griffin?
Everybody has a job in here, right? You're not going to be able to work. There's 15 guys on a team.
Correct.
Everybody's not going to get along.
Yeah.
I respect that. But you respect the game. Correct. You go do your due diligence and play the game. But the problem is, I don't think it's a problem with so much Blake and CP3. I love Blake and CP3 together. They play well together. Blake needs to learn how to quit stopping the ball and move the ball around.
But let me ask you this: but why would Big Baby Davis make those statements? He made statements to go as far as saying Chris dribbles the ball too damn much. You know what I mean? And you just made the statement that they have no plays. So if you have no plays,
that's why they do it.
And your leader is doing that. And I mean, at this point going forward, is it even beneficial to bring both those guys back? Blake's obviously injury prone.
If you bring in a coach that gives them structure,
correct.
Chris won't hold the ball that much.
But Chris has been known to do that his entire career.
He was doing it in New Orleans.
But that's how everybody has built the structure.
Exactly.
But
is he going to change this far in his career? Is he going to be open to listening to a coach that's trying to get the ball out of his hands when the majority? Chris doesn't move without the ball.
He can't move without the ball.
He doesn't. He hasn't done it in his career. That's a skill set. You can't just all of a sudden say, I'm going to start moving without the ball.
He can move it, but it's all about the structure, though.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Once a coach comes in and give them structure and plays,
correct,
he's gonna give up the ball. Why do you think JJ Redick run back and forth? You don't touch the ball, you get tired.
Correct.
And then they want him to go play defense, and he's so tired.
Yeah, I agree with you. So again, going back to my question,
I agree with that.
Is it beneficial for the franchise to keep him, get rid of Doc, and bring in a coach and a system that creates that structure? Or do you deal these pieces now while you have value?
I mean, that's a decision that they're gonna have to come up with. But I mean,
I'm asking you, if you was in that position, if you were GM today, what would you do, Clipper Darrell?
Okay, if I was GM today, I would definitely sit down with Blake and have a good conversation with him.
What would you say? Okay.
Because I would want to know, where did he see his future at? What the only problem that I have with Blake is that he stops the ball. Soon as they pass him the ball, now he wants to go one-on-one. You 6'10", bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Quit. You at the 3-point. You need to be down low, man. This is supposed to be an inside-out game.
Correct.
So that's what I would talk to Blake about. Now, if Blake can't go by that, then okay, it's time for you to get traded. And where you want to go? You know, because you got to respect the situation.
So would you have confidence? Here it is, a guy that's been in the league 9 years? 9 years since Blake's been in the league. 10 years.
2009.
And now you as a franchise, you're asking him to play with his back to the basket, which he should have already adapted to that 5-6 years ago coming into the league. It seems to me at this point it's best to break this team up and go get pieces and rebuild.
There's a system that works.
Listen, they're the one, in my opinion, Clipper Darrell, and I don't know if you agree with this, they're probably the most underachieving team I've seen in the last 5 years. They've been up in the last 4 years, 3-1, 2-1, and I think 3-0. And then 2-1 again and lost all of those series.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is the first season, seriously,
correct,
I've been ashamed of being a Clipper fan. Seriously. This is my 25th season.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And we had bad seasons, or we had an owner that was crazy.
Yeah.
But my thing is,
he wasn't just crazy. He was beyond that. But go on. I know what you're saying.
You know what? I knew Donald Sterling personally.
Correct.
And we all say stuff, and he said it in the privacy of his home.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
As your mistress, man, she got
set up.
I mean, come on.
He fell for the okie doke on that.
You got to pick a better mistress.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. And it was funny. It's funny you said that, right? Because I seen Donald, man. Donald came in, man, with some dime pieces, some quarter pieces, some half dollars.
Yeah.
But the ugliest one that he ever brought in there, the one who brought him down.
Couldn't put on courtside.
Man.
Hey, she
was
must have been putting it down.
Man. But hey, that's why you don't hear about her no more, though.
Yeah, right. She got paid.
No. Shelly got her money back.
Oh,
Shelly
did?
got the house
That's
back.
Right, she did.
She got all the cars back, everything.
Shelly wasn't playing.
No, she wasn't playing.
She wasn't playing. I remember that. She actually went after the young lady, if I'm not mistaken, and filed a lawsuit against her and her husband at the time.
And the thing is, I don't have no bad. I mean, as a fan, Donald Sterling put me on a plane with the team. Donald Sterling put me in the Ritz-Carlton. Mm-hmm. I had dinner with the whole organization.
Yeah.
As a fan, man, that's a dream come true for anybody, man.
Right.
I got 4 billionaires, man, that's on my phone right now.
Correct.
4 billionaires.
Yeah.
Donald Sterling.
Correct.
Steve Ballmer.
Correct.
Jeannie Buss, and Mark Cuban.
Okay.
So when you've been circulated around these people, man, you start to think different, man. This is a straight business.
Yeah.
You know? And when people respect the business, then you can respect the game a little bit better.
I agree with you on that.
And so to that point, that brings me to my question. I heard about this deal that was offered to you by Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
Right.
January
To go-
2008.
Right. To be
He knew the dating.
to be
Yeah, he knew the question was coming.
be
He was
Maverick
ready.
Darrell. You was gonna be
ready.
Maverick Darrell was the deal. So what happened? Tell everybody a little bit about that, man.
I mean, Mark Cuban, you know, he walked by me. I was down there in the family room, and he walked by. I said, "How you doing, Mr. Cuban?" He said, "Oh, Clipper Darrell." He said, "Man, I love what you do, man. I would love for you to come out to Dallas." I said, "Yeah, right." You know, I'm looking at him, and he kept elaborating on it. Right? We exchanged information, man.
Mark's a great dude, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He
Shout out
called.
to Mark Cuban.
He said, "Hit me up." He said, "Call me tomorrow, and I'll get you out there." Man, he put me on first class. Man, I go out to the thing. Not only he gave me red carpet treatment. Not only did he had his vice president of marketing pick me up from the airport. He didn't like send no ride and
Right.
took me to the hotel.
Uber
man.
or something.
Exactly. I don't think Uber was around there.
He gave you the black car service.
Exactly. And he took me in that organization, man, and took me from the bottom to meeting the janitors.
Oh, wow.
All the way to the top.
That's nice.
You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I felt guilty, man. I
He's
felt
in
like
there
I felt like I was cheating on my girl or something. You know,
Yeah.
my body was shaking.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I don't think I can do this, man.
So, what was the determining factor that led you to saying no to a billionaire?
You know, honestly, this is the first time I ever said this to anybody. The Clippers called me at the 12th hour and told me, Clipper Darrell, we want to take care of you. That's what made my decision.
How did that
That's it.
make you feel when you got
That made me
phone
feel
call?
like my team wanted me, right?
Right. Yeah.
But then let me explain the punchline. I'm still waiting on that call.
Wow. So
Oh,
let's go
man.
back in retrospect. Knowing that now, would you have taken that deal with
No.
Mark? Why?
Because why do you love me? Why am I here? Because I'm Clipper Darrell.
Clipper Darrell.
If I would just go to Dallas Darrell, I'd be Laker Darrell, I'd be Kings Darrell. Then it ain't
Anybody there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Anybody Darrell, you know.
Check Darrell.
Exactly. Then there's no love there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you know, in an age where anybody can go with the wind, you know what I mean? Whoever has the biggest numbers, I'm going.
Yeah.
I thought it was very interesting to see DeAndre Jordan change his mind. Similar in your situation, Mark. They courted him, laid out the red carpet, the whole nine, paid him, was going to pay him max money. And he turned that opportunity down to come back and play with the Clippers. And I see similarities in your stories. And here's not exactly, but somewhat similarities. So we're talking about an age where there's no loyalty, it seems, anymore, whether it be amongst teams, players, and franchises. Getting to the playoffs, I saw a team that, as you stated in your comments earlier, did not have an identity. I saw a team that's pretty much throwing the towel as I watched those last two games. Now, I say that they competed up to a point when you got into the fourth quarter, which their execution absolutely stunk to me. And so going forward, when you look at where there's not a lot of loyalty, there's not a lot of commitment to the game and winning, where do you see now going forward that they can build on that and bring that same team back and can make the playoffs? I don't see that.
And have you be proud to be a Clipper.
Exactly.
Clipper Darrell again.
But you know, I mean, all they got to do, this is all they got to do. They got to bring in somebody that's going to, you know, they got a Mark Jackson. They got a Sam Cassell over there.
Yes.
They got guys that can show structure. And when they can do that, I mean, I felt I was watching pickup basketball, man. I thought I was going to go to the app.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to your app y'all got, man.
Yeah.
Where we
Ballerz
like,
World.
Yeah,
Ballerz
Ballerz
with
World.
a Z.
You know what I'm
Ballerz with a
saying?
Z.
And go get me a pickup game. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
what we look like out there, man, playing pickup basketball, man.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it's all about CP3 holding the ball.
Correct.
They double team him, and he ain't got nobody to pass it to.
Correct.
You know, you can't play like that.
In this playoff series that we had opportunity to see, I clearly felt like on paper the Clippers should have won that game within 5, maybe 6 games minimum.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think was the determining factor why they lost that series?
No, I mean, like I said, they ran play. They knew how to shut CP down. You see, when it came down to it, they shut CP down.
But you got a championship coach in Doc Rivers. At that point, he should be able
And he
to
got
make
one
adjustments.
championship, man. Come on, bro. He ain't Phil Jackson.
That's your coach, though.
He ain't, man. He is not Phil Jackson, man.
got
He
you.
got one. Now, did you see what he did? Okay, he won his championship in 2008,
That's right.
Now, in 2009, what did he try to do? He overcoached.
Yeah.
He overcoached. And that's what happens, man. You got to let
Micromanage.
these guys play, man. These guys are professional athletes.
Correct.
Let them play.
So what I hear you saying is that maybe Doc just doesn't have a system it was the players that won those championships.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah, I
all right.
believe that.
If
Well,
you could bring someone in, who would you bring though?
Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson.
I agree
San
with you on
Francisco.
that. Mark would be my first option.
Because he the one who made the Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
what's
then
he-
Kirk came in.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And what's he doing? He's commentating up there. He's just hanging out. So
Exactly.
come on down.
So,
I definitely think Mark would be my top pick, or possibly Sam Cassell. Those two guys would be in my conversation if I were going to be.
but he got
looking for a
$22
coach.
million left. Though.
Well, before we go, we got to go to break. How can people connect with Clipper Darrell?
At Clipper. Everything's at Clipper Darrell. That's Clipper, and then Darrell is Darrell.
Okay.
So whatever it is, my website, Instagram, social media, whatever it is.
Well, listen, man,
Thank
it's
you,
been
man.
a pleasure having
Thank
you on
you
this
so much.
segment.
Appreciate
I want to
it.
connect with you more after the show, so stick around. You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Ballerz World Live. Yeah, no, I'm just playing. Welcome back to Ballerz World Live. Again, shout out to DJ Fresh Kid and Party on Demand. We appreciate you guys for being here.
And
Thank
ATO
you, thank
Worldwide
you.
with
killing
that
it,
hot track
killing
can't sit with us.
it. Oh man, now we have another hilarious guest in the studio with us, Demetrius Juice Decent. What's going on, brother? Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks
Hello.
for coming
Hello.
down, my man.
First off, for those listening that don't know who you are, can you tell them who you are, where we can find you, your socials, and kind of plug you a little bit?
My Instagram is I am Juiceman. That's I am Juiceman, spelled just like that with 2 N's at the end of it. Snapchat is JUIC335, and Facebook Demetrius Decent, and you can find me on most local bus stops. Just chilling.
All right, there you guys go. Check out your local bus stops if you really want to find him. So, what have you been up to? What projects have you been working on? What's your life like?
I guess life is good right now. I guess. I just recently got off the bus, so I guess life is good.
Yeah, hey,
That is
perfect.
I'm having a little anxiety from it. That's why I have my backpack.
Right, it's like I gotta just hold on to it just in case.
Yeah, most people that ride the bus always carry backpacks. Right, that's why. But life is good. I'm just I'm actually having a show coming up in June. It'll be like my 3-year anniversary of doing comedy.
Congrats on that.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's my first time. We moving up. We're doing theaters
Yeah.
now, so I'm excited for that.
Congrats.
So
Let me ask you, the comedy business, we just had D-Lay on last week.
Yeah, I seen
and
that.
It's
That's
not,
my dude.
It's not an easy business to be in, and I want to, say congrats to you for making it this far at this point. But being in the business, what are some of the challenges that you see that you're faced with? Being a young guy coming in, trying to prove yourself amongst all of these greats that are already established.
just the fact that everybody think they funny. So
Yeah.
like that alone is a challenge. It's like as soon as you say you're a comedian, tell me a joke. It's like
Yeah.
I think that's a hard challenge in the beginning.
Yeah.
And just kind of like stand out, and still be yourself.
Yeah.
I think with me, it kind of helped. I played basketball. I played basketball my whole life. I thought I was gonna be in the NBA. So,
You're an LA native too, right?
Yeah, born and raised.
Heard you're a
there.
hooper, man.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
I only lost 11 times in high school. All the way, just want to throw that out there. Too. But no big
No, I
deal.
respect that. You got to plug that.
Yeah.
You got to
Gotta
plug
let
that.
them know.
Hey, at least you showed up.
Yeah, for sure. But I just being relevant and still being yourself.
Correct.
I think what helped me is I'm a producer too, so
Yeah.
I produce my shows. So
That's
it kind of
amazing.
helped me to kind of go a little bit farther faster.
Well, who were some comedians that inspired you, and what made you choose this as a career path?
I chose it because I got tired of sitting on mama's couch. It was and mama said you gotta do something. And I've
Yeah.
been funny like my whole life, so I remember just playing basketball on the road trips, like in hotels. Everybody was always in my room,
Yeah.
and I was always cracking jokes. And
You was the funny guy on the team. There's
Yeah.
always that funny guy on the
Yeah,
team, and you
that's
was the
it.
man.
yeah, it didn't make sense like through grade school.
Yeah.
But I was a class clown every year. I'm not proud of that till now. Now I'm very
It paid off though. You should be, bro.
Yeah.
That was your talent at the end of the day. You might have got criticized for it during those times,
sure.
but that was your talent at that particular point.
I
in
won
time.
biggest
Now you
flirt,
get
and I got
hard.
criticized for it.
Hey.
So, I'll take class clown.
flirting never been my thing. It's not, really.
So, at what point did you know this was it?
honestly, the first time I went on stage, I went to a friend's show, and
Yeah.
I was just sitting in the crowd, and he just randomly put me up on stage. So I was like, I was in front
Was
of
your
like,
heart beating through your chest?
I was so scared. My hands already naturally sweat, so it was sweating
So you was
much.
dripping sweat.
Yeah, and it was like 100 people there. It was like a nice size
Wow,
show.
that's a good sized crowd.
And
For your first show,
Yeah.
out of the gate,
yeah. But
did you bomb? Did you
nah,
bomb?
Believe I actually did really good.
Oh, wow.
Because
He like said he bombed.
I did really good because I used to work at El Pollo Loco.
Okay.
And
So
I
you
worked
brought some chicken with you?
No, but I smelled like chicken,
Right.
and I worked an 8-hour shift that day, and I was frustrated.
Okay.
And so when I went on stage,
You had some shit to talk about.
I had a lot of
Yeah,
shit to
get
talk
some out
about.
of your chest, yeah.
And I just started talking about real stuff, and people was just laughing. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I think I got something.
Right. That's dope, man.
Yes.
Now tell the people a little bit about layups and stand-ups. Let them know what that is and what it's all about.
When I first started again, I wanted to when you first do comedy, the hardest thing is getting on stage. Like, when you're not good, no one's going to put you on stage. And so when I first started, I think within the first couple of weeks, I created a brand. I wanted something that related to me. So it's like layups and stand-ups. So I played basketball, layups, comedy, stand-up.
Boom.
It fit me. I started it. And since then, we just kind of been expanding and just producing shows. And we do comedy events, charity events. We do a little bit of everything now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That was a great. I mean, so you were just up one night and thought of that?
Yeah. I mean, listen, when you work out for a local, you get creative. You get creative.
Well, you was thinking of that master plan to get up out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. Glad to say.
Well,
not there no more.
You watching the games right now?
Yeah.
You watching the playoffs?
Kinda.
A little bit.
I'm bitter right now.
Why? Why?
My team got eliminated, so I'm kind of bitter.
So who's your team?
Oklahoma City.
Okay, all right. We can talk about that then. That series.
Yeah.
I'm from Houston. I'm a Rockets fan.
On opposite ends of the table.
Born and raised.
I'm glad you're on that side.
That's why we separated.
Stay over there.
That's why we
Stay
separated,
over
guys.
there.
Well, hey, man, I was born and raised there. But I thought watching the playoffs, that was probably the best series so far. Aside from the Memphis-San Antonio series, meaning to watch. Now, there was some periods of time during that series where I thought the play got a little chippy and things were just kind of, the officiating was a little overboard. But overall, I thought that was a great series to watch. What was your opinion, seeing Westbrook compete against Harden head-to-head? How did you feel about seeing that matchup?
It was on one day it was dope because, like I said, Russell is like one of my best friends, so we played together in the backcourt. Yeah. By the way, I started every year. I got a letter team 30 minutes on my team. Nobody knows that. So, and we played against James, so that's a good friend of ours. I just felt like it was a good series, but I feel like it was a lot closer than 4-1. Yeah, because I feel like a couple of games we kind of had it to give it away.
Yeah, there was a lot of them.
Yeah, it was a lot of those.
Well, do you feel as though the team, meaning speaking on James Harden, not James Harden, but Russell Westbrook, that he just didn't have enough help, or do you feel that they just got outplayed in that series? What is your opinion?
I feel like it was a little bit of both. I feel like they definitely got outplayed, and they definitely didn't have no help. Yeah. Just,
you think coaching may have played a factor in that, having a rookie coach?
Down the stretch, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I felt so at times down the stretch. He got out coached in a certain situation. I mean, he stuck with what got him there, and so you can't fault him for that. Yeah. But you can definitely see from a playoff standpoint, he obviously is going to need time to grow, and that experience just wasn't there. I mean, D'Antoni, he's been there, he's seen it. And that system that the Rockets are playing in, that's the same system that the Suns were competing in the Western Conference Finals.
The playoffs are about making adjustments.
It is.
For sure. It is.
Definitely.
And having a young coach with having one of the youngest teams. We had the youngest teams in the playoffs by far. Yeah. I mean, we played a lot of rookies, second-year guys, third-year that had never been in that situation before. So, correct. I mean, it's kind of tough.
Yeah, Russ definitely put the team on his back getting him there, and then in the playoffs he had to do the same thing. So it's like that's tough.
Well, I think he had a phenomenal season. Like I picked him as my MVP for the year. Now, after we were basing it on playoffs,
we ain't
that might be another story. But we said for the season he had my nod, and I thought to see him.
We because I
okay, my bad.
Wait a second.
She's not
LeBron.
She's
a LeBron fan.
You might need to switch seats with him.
But I thought to see those numbers, 42 triple doubles. That's just unheard of. No matter what era you're playing in, that takes a lot to do that consistently night in and out. And then to average that for the playoffs was highly impressive. Now, there are other things we can get into and talk about, but I can just say seeing him play that way was impressive. Now, as a friend, and going into next season, what do you think some of the things that OKC needs to do to get Russ the help he needs in order to compete and contend for a championship?
I honestly believe now that they went through that, I feel like as every player, as a team, they're a lot stronger.
Correct. I agree with you.
So I think that's a big step already. Yeah. I think they definitely need to make a couple of moves and I think we need to figure out our three position.
I agree with you on that.
I mean,
three or two,
both because we brought Victor from Orlando to be a scorer. But at the same time, I mean, it's
hard.
I think
he's a more complimentary off the bench player, in my personal opinion.
Great sixth man.
Yes.
Yeah, it's tough though because in Orlando he had the ball a lot. So in Oklahoma, you're not going to the ball a whole lot. Yeah, so that's tough too.
Well, that seems like to be today's game. You don't find too many players that if they don't have the ball in their hand, it's kind of like they're standing around waiting for somebody to swing them a pass for a 3-point shot.
And we need that. We need that now. We need that. We need anybody that can shoot. Please come to Oklahoma.
You need instant threes. You campaign.
Listen, if I was a shooter, I was on tryout. I was a hustle player. I just dived on balls.
Well, they can use you for that too.
They might. Yeah, you might be right.
Facts. Now, my question is: now that they're out, who you got going on? Who do you have going on through the rest of the playoffs?
I love underdogs. I love.
Okay.
I feel like I'm an underdog, so I got Boston. I love Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
I love Isaiah Thomas.
I respect that.
Yeah, I believe, they're definitely going to be in the Eastern Conference, but I don't see them getting past Cleveland. I just don't think they have
I
enough
don't either.
firepower. In
David and
the
Goliath?
bench to do
Not
so.
even close.
It's literally David and Goliath. You got a little person and a big old giant.
I kind of
person.
I got like two opinions. So if they don't, okay, but I have like I'm kind of hating. So I have it's a particular team that I don't want to win.
Who?
Yeah.
Golden State.
I respect
You
that
ain't-
so
Let's
much.
be honest. Some
Probably
people-
you and the rest
Now
of
I'm
the
glad
world.
you on that
But
end of the
isn't it-
table now.
isn't it-
Sit next to each other.
But isn't it amazing how the tide is flipped? We got to go to break here, but isn't it amazing how the tide has shifted? OKC was the team 3 years ago. Everybody was riding their sack, and everybody wanted to be, with the Warriors. And after that triumphant win by LeBron James, and now adding Kevin Durant, it's like they've become, the villains,
The villains,
if you
yeah.
will,
That's-
overnight.
For sure.
What are your thoughts on that? Are you like? I'm pretty sure
Good.
you feel good about
Good.
that.
How many All-Stars? They got 15?
They got like 12. Easy.
So
They got
Easy.
5 guys on that bench that can go start for any other NBA franchise right now. So they definitely have an all-star team.
why
But
they're gonna
personally, I don't think they're going to win at the end of the day. That's just my personal opinion. But
You got LeBron?
I got LeBron.
Okay.
I got Cleveland. Yeah.
I like it a little more now.
Especially if they bring KG in off Area 21, it's going to be trouble.
Forever
Well, listen,
21 in Cleveland.
we got to go to break. And when we do, we have our call-in guest. And who is that, by the way? Again, remind me. Who we have calling in? We got.
Oh,
a
no,
first
we have a
round
special
draft pick?
guest. No. We have a special guest.
Okay, we got
Surprise special guest in the
building
studio.
right now.
In the studio right now.
All right,
Special
guys.
guest. Tune in to find out who it is.
All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Ballerz World Live, the best entertainment in basketball. This is your host, James Shipp, and we have some special guests here in the studio.
back.
Some surprise guests. They just popped up on us. It got, my
It's a little hot
my
in here.
hot hooper meter it was off
Hey,
the
look,
charts.
hot
I was
here.
sitting here like, what's going on? My spidey sense is tingling. And who is it? It's Dakota and Dylan Gonzalez, the Gonzalez
Welcome,
twins.
ladies.
Welcome, ladies.
Hey, hello.
How y'all
We
doing?
are here. Thank you guys for having us. We're excited. We're really
Yes.
excited.
Hey, it's exciting to have you ladies in the house. So thank you for being here.
Now, if I'm correct, that was your song just playing in the background. Is
That
that right?
was.
Hey.
Can you guys tell us a little bit more about the music we got going on and what we just heard?
Yeah, so my bad. Am I on still?
Yeah,
good.
you sound
Okay.
great.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I just want to make sure. So, yeah, no, that was our song. That song was called Eye to Eye, and we actually just finished recording that like 2 nights ago.
Really?
Last night, I lied.
So is it like a world premiere right now on Ballerz World?
We were trying to do a little mini performance, hey, but yeah, no, we're really excited about the music now that the season's over and school is coming to an end. We're really just pushing it, and we've been in the studio like late nights. Our mom was like, "Listen, you got to get on a schedule. You need sleep. It's part of human nature. You need it. You won't function." And we're like, "We're good.
Right. We got it.
We can do this."
We don't need sleep. So what is the storyline behind Eye to Eye? Where did that come from? Did you guys write it together? Did you have help? How did that happen?
I'll take this. This is Dylan here. Hello. Eye to Eye, we actually collaborated with a guy. He goes by Jazz Laser. He's dope. And pretty much the whole premise of the song is like, we're just not seeing eye to eye. I'm not feeling this right now. So that's kind of the whole vibe. It's like when you and that person you're trying to connect with just aren't like, right here with your mind.
On
You're not in
different
sync.
pages,
You're
yeah.
just on completely different pages. So
Yeah.
that's really what the whole song is about.
Wow. So has this talent always been there? You guys, the singing and then also being able to hoop. Y'all a full package, man. Like, where's this been?
Gosh, yeah. Oh, man. We try really hard. I would say that basketball was something that came almost very naturally to us because
Okay.
we came from a basketball family. Like,
Okay.
everybody plays basketball.
Where are you guys originally from?
We're from Idaho.
What?
Pocatello, shout out.
Oh, no. You're serious? From Pocatello, Idaho?
Yeah, he thought I was kidding. Oh, my gosh.
What?
Oh, no, it's real. It's real. We're from Idaho.
Wait,
We
that's
got
a real
slang
place?
and everything.
Is that a real place?
It's a real place.
Hey,
Raw
let me
space
ask you
right now.
this. Have y'all ever heard of potlatch?
Okay, no.
No,
I don't
you
know.
got me. You got me.
I had
I've
a
never
team-
heard of
I had-
Potlatch.
I've been to Pocatello, but I had a teammate
Oh,
from
wow.
Potlatch, and I was actually spent some time up in Bozeman, Montana, so I had to kind of go through those
I know
sticks.
about that.
Rod's
Wow.
face just lit up so bad.
He said,
Y'all
"Whoa!"
speak
It was
love
like,
languages.
hold up,
Well,
everyone.
that's just unusual, that kind of
Pocatello
talent coming
and
out of
Pocatello.
Pocatello, Idaho.
Pocatello, yeah. It's got a nice little
That
ring.
you would never even think that. If someone, I think you guys from like New York, from the East Coast somewhere, but that's great. Pocatello,
yeah,
Idaho.
nice little coop.
Corner.
So, so who put
Bubble.
the ball in your hands?
Oh, definitely Mom. So shout out to Mom.
Mom's in the
Shout
house.
out to
Where
Mom's in the
at?
house.
What's up, Mom?
What's up,
Shout out to
Mom?
Hey, Miss
So
Gonzalez,
cute.
how's it going?
Yeah, it was definitely Mom. She was a baller. She played pro, and so she was like, "Here, girls, I know you can't talk yet, but this is called basketball, and you're gonna play forever." No, but we loved it, and so we're really grateful that we've had the opportunity to be able to play and play collegiately.
Yes.
So yeah, we're looking forward to having basketball always be a part of our lives, but then to really journey into the next chapter, which is music for us.
Yeah, and being twins, you have a special bond. Obviously, I can see that. What is it like playing with each other? Do y'all have those secret senses like, no, look, she knows it's coming?
Back door.
What is
Back
it?
door's
And,
happening.
and then obviously, and we're starting to see more twins for some odd reason playing together in this
Killing it.
last few eras. So what's that like being able to play with your sister?
Yeah, honestly, it's a bond that it's almost undescribable, and I start feeling bad. Like I wish everybody could have a twin. It's like so fun. But when you play together, you really are in such a different kind of sync. Like I know her game so well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, she about to shoot.
So
Yep.
it's extra bad when we mess up because it's like, really? Like you knew.
Yeah.
And it's like I did.
You give her that look. Like,
I really did.
Yeah.
But you know.
do you guys ever get mad at each other on the court?
Mostly Dylan gets mad at Dakota because sometimes a lot of times she wouldn't see me when I was open, and it's funny because I watched. I was definitely open. Your passes were bad if I wasn't, but when I go and I watch film, you literally just see me standing somewhere in the corner with my arms up, and I'm like, Dakota, and she doesn't pass it, and I just stare at her really hard, and we'll go back.
You give her the mumble look?
I do. I'm
Give
like,
her the mumble look, the Kobe look, the stare down,
I
the
swear.
death stare.
I do.
Well, it'll be a dead play, and let's fortunately say that I made the shot or something great came from that play, and Dylan will be like, "You are so lucky."
And I'm like, nice shot. I just stare at her. Lucky.
And so
lucky.
everybody knows. So you playing basketball, you're singing and modeling as well, right? I mean, you guys are gorgeous, obviously. So you guys have a modeling career going as well. So tell everybody a little bit about that and how they can find you and all that.
You know, it's actually really funny. We just kind of started dabbling in modeling, and Dakota's done a little bit more than I have, actually, because I actually am not super duper fond of it, because I just am like, I'm so awkward. Why am I not a good model? Like,
How do I pose?
I don't know what to do when I can't see myself in the camera. Like,
Yeah.
is this look okay? So I just feel so awkward, but it's been a really fun experience most of the time. So
No, yeah, it's been really cool because, like Dylan said, we actually just kind of started getting into modeling, so
Yeah.
it's been cool. And now we're just kind of incorporating it into the music and the basketball and balancing all of it out.
It's one big.
Yeah, just one big pile of whatever, twins, Gonzalez stuff.
All right, 1-on-1. I got $100. Who wins?
Dylan.
No, definitely Dakota. Dylan has never beat me. Dylan has never beat me in a one-on-one.
Oh, it's
Ever.
getting a little
Not
heated.
true. That's actually very untrue.
That is very true.
I don't know why
Mom,
Dakota's
Mom.
lying. Lies in the locks.
Say it lies in the
Now,
lie.
now, before we wrap it up for this episode, let everybody at home know where they can find your guys' music, where they can find you on the social medias and everything like that. On the social medias.
Social media. Yeah, okay, so Dakota, you can find me. I'm Miss Kota, MISSS_KOTA.
Yes.
And I'm Miss Dill, MISS_DYL. As far as our music goes, it's just about to be dropped on iTunes.
Just finished
so-
it last night, so
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just finished it last night,
Yeah.
so you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I do have one question. I mean, you guys are really blowing up right now. I see you on IG from time to time. I mean, what's some of the craziest things you've heard or seen or experienced on IG?
Perfect way to end our
man.
show. Let's see it.
No, yeah, okay, gosh. All right, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm, a little. But there was this one time, this woman was sending me like nudes of herself.
Whoa.
And she
Somebody
was
was
like,
hitting you in the
I
DM
love
like
yes,
that?
Yes.
She was hitting you in the
and she
DM?
was like, I love you so much. And then she got
Was she
mad.
bad?
Like, and I can't really say she was bad. but she was all right.
She was doing it though.
You know,
But she was going up. But she was going up.
you know, she was okay. You know, I guess she had a decent body. I don't know, but she was just sending me all this stuff, and she got in a rage when I didn't reply. Like she was like, "I can't believe you! I'm so hurt by this," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I couldn't even. I had to delete it because it was so awkward.
I have never experienced that before, so I don't know.
Dodge that
Well,
bullet, huh?
we'll get to dive in the OT with you ladies, and so we got to wrap it up here. We really enjoyed this segment with
Thank you guys so much for
Thank
being
you
on.
guys. It's
Y'all
been
was
We
nice.
got to give a shout out to our sponsors, Anta America, Slam Online.
Go to antiamerica.com. Enter in the code ESPN1
That's
for a
right.
discount.
Be sure to follow our social media, Ballers World with a Z, and download our app on iOS, Ballers World.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this show. It was lit.
It's been fun.
Thank you guys for
Yeah,
coming
thank
on.
you.
Guys.
Until next time, holla.
DJ Fresh Kid.
I would rather be